pretty informal, as
Yeah.
as you know. Okay.
Well, I've only seen the clips. I haven't watched like the full YouTube.
I can't expect anyone to watch the full YouTube. When I see something like that, I'd be like, oh, what's this part of? Oh, an hour-long podcast. I love an hour-long podcast.
Yeah.
But I have to accept that the world, including my own father, has no appetite for 45 minutes of me. It's clips central. So anyway, so October 13th, welcome to Trash Talk. Special episode, end of the season episode with Ryan Williams.
Hello.
Canadian comedian.
Canadian comedian.
Is it? Yeah, I could just say great
that'll be
comedian.
that'll be on the tombstone.
Yeah.
Canadian comedian.
Once they wipe the grime off, they'll say,
Yes,
oh wow,
yeah.
Canadian comedian. No, very funny comedian from Vancouver.
Vancouver.
It
Yes.
was touring all over. You're pretty much always. You're always trying to put yourself on the road, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit every province this year
Nice.
in 1 year.
Are you running from your home life? Is that what's going on?
No, it's just oh man, that's like so
I'm trying to get
esoteric right off the top.
Yeah, that's the joy of trash talk.
Here, I'll get the easy one.
I can get the hard one if you want. We might have to go around the far side. You know, I'm gonna go the far side so I can get that bag of chips. But no, I didn't mean to imply you've got a family you're running from or a partner you hate. I
No,
have
you
no,
just
I have
have
no
to
idea.
do. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in this, but like if you don't have a family, like if you don't have a reason not to do the road, and you're able to do the road, that's like how, for the most part, you like make money.
It's true.
Not tonight in Brandon, Manitoba, where I believe with my advertising costs, I'm officially, unless I get walk-ups, in the red.
In the hole? Okay.
I am in the hole. That doesn't happen to me too much anymore, so that's always humbling when it does.
Keeps you hungry though? Well, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say about when you're saying you kind of got to do it. I had parts of my life where I did want to be on the road as much as possible because you think this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And then now I have a partner.
Yes.
And we have cats. I wouldn't say we have a full family, but I
You
definitely
have something.
yeah, I enjoy my home life a lot more. Where there's a point where I was like getting on the road. I'm like, why am I trying to be away for 15 days at a time? Like, I don't really want to do this. And that also, because it is hard in Canada where the rewards are, at the end you're like, what if I just stayed home and like figured out how to, I produce a lot of stuff in town,
Yes,
you know?
yeah. Which I hate doing that.
Okay, I don't mind.
I've done it for a long time, and
Right.
I've grown to dislike it. But it was just more dealing with open micer resentment.
Okay.
That'll eat up at you.
How do you characterize open mic or resentment?
When you're not booking people, and then just seeing those people out. I'm trying to work on my Canadian accent. Out.
Yeah.
Seeing those people out in the wild, and then they'll start producing a comedy show, and then it gets into this whole politics thing.
Spot
That
for
you're just
spot,
like,
quid
wow,
pro quo, and-
I have like gray hair now. I really don't want to be like doing this high school stuff. It should be like if you're good at stand up, and maybe sometimes boxes being checked comes into it.
Right.
But if you're good at that, you should always want good comedians on your show.
You definitely should always want good comedians on your show, but I will say as someone who, as you know, like I said, does produce a lot of show, I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with the spot for spot, quid pro quo mentality.
Whoa. No, I'm big anti-spot for spot.
Spot for spot. I
So
mean,
much so that I find myself in Brandon, Manitoba on a Thursday rather than doing spot for spot.
Okay, that's fair. You've chosen.
In Canada, though, like, if you're just able to be out at night,
If you're funny and you have an open schedule, you should be on every show.
no, like you could just have a day job and
Right.
make small amounts of money on your weekend, and then you have a hobby that pays money. I've also found, for me personally, I do get better at stand-up by doing the road and having those like longer amounts of time.
That's
on
absolutely
stage.
true, and I'll say that. I was just saying I don't put myself on the road. Like, I'll fully admit I don't generate nearly as much as I would like to these days. But I'm kind of okay with that because I'm focusing on this and like I'd like media. I'd like to move into media a little bit. I make no secret of that. I want to make a TV show. But I will say, seeing you last night, I came up to your after. I was like, man, what a great set. I was like, all that shit pretty much new. You're like, yeah, pretty much all from the last 7 or 8 months. So, we're doing things differently. We obviously have different goals that we want to get out of it. And your goal in
100%.
terms of just making sure you're absolutely beasting on stage with new stuff is being accomplished. Let me tell you that, my friend, because it was a great set. Chloe and I were talking about it. Chloe's my girlfriend. Did you actually meet her?
Was she at the show last night?
Yeah, she was at the show
No,
last
I feel
night.
terrible.
No, that's all right.
I briefly met her when I was getting hockey skates one time.
Right. Yeah.
When I skated the Winnipeg.
The Assiniboine. Ryan's,
I skated the Assiniboine.
So I like that when you're in a new place, you embrace. You're not. That's another thing. I saw these road dogs, and part of the reason I wanted off was not that I
Past guest of the show, Bobby Warner, has the best quote. We were in Grand Prairie, a place people curse and spit on.
Yeah.
And we had a good show. Oh,
You gotta
pizza
crush
box.
this. Pizza
yeah.
box. This is a fun find. We celebrate fun finds here.
We celebrate fun
Yeah.
finds.
Yeah, you can
this
crush it.
fresh slice.
Fresh Slice is just around the corner, and they're the competition to Pizza Heaven, which is the long-established pizza joint here.
Yeah.
But Fresh Slice, you know, it's a chain, so
Oh yeah, I believe it started in Vancouver.
I think it did, yeah.
And their whole thing, why they call it fresh slice, I believe, is the ingredients of the dough are supposed to be pretty good for your gut.
Okay.
But it's not traditional pizza dough, so it's actually quite spongy. But they do a very, very good butter chicken slice.
Their thing, to me, what separates them from other pizza chains places is they always have like 5 things on the go.
Yes.
You know, they've got a lot of fresh slices for your enjoyment. Anyway, sorry, Bobby's quote.
Oh
about
yeah,
Canadian-
we were talking. So we went to the gym, and then we went to the farmers market after we checked out of our hotel. The show the night before was good. That helps. And we went to the farmers market in Grand Prairie, and I've never traveled South America or Central America,
Okay.
so take it with a big grain of salt. But it was the best tacos I've ever had before. They had like, the tortillas were made from batter.
We'll go right to this dumpster here.
And then he said a quote that'll stick with me forever. He's like, yeah, a lot of people say they,
You gotta lift.
oh, we gotta lift
Yeah,
it.
you gotta set down your picker. So this Bobby quote's been delayed by trash. This is the thing about trash talk is you just get it's everything. Don't worry.
It's everything? Okay.
This says garbage only. The other one says cardboard only.
Gotcha.
I know my local dumpsters.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
yeah.
it. Yeah. But this is the joy of trash talk is we've been trying to get this Bobby quote out for a few minutes. And
Yeah.
You get sidetracked.
He says a lot of comedians hate the road, but what happens is you get completely blackout drunk, wake up, don't know where you are scared for 3 to 5 minutes, and then drive for 7 hours. So it's very easy to hate that. That sounds awful.
Ryan, welcome to Trash Talk. Your first
Twisted
tea.
tea?
There you
So
go.
this
Ding,
is a
ding,
big
ding.
one.
It's the most littered drink, and you're not a real trash talker until you've picked up a twisted tea. So you're blood in
Dang.
now. You want to blood out, you got to kill a man drinking a twisted tea.
An American beverage also.
You know what? I'm not making any aspersion. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it has anything to do with that. It's just something about the sweet, sweet sugar of a twisted tea makes you feel like, I'm so fucking jacked, I gotta throw this on the ground right as soon as I'm done. It's wild. Okay,
Yes.
that's a good point. The way Bobby describes doing the road, and maybe like kind of what put me off of it. Not that I wasn't capable of sort of having self-discipline, but yeah, sometimes you end up on these gigs early on, and you're like, this is what I want to be doing.
Well,
I'm
one
in,
of the only
I'm in a condo.
Yes.
With another comedian, but like a lot of these older guys that we started out with, they didn't seem particularly good at like living. Like, you know, they would drink after the show, wake up super late, and then sort of be like, oh man, like, I don't even want to go on stage tonight. It's like, man, I'm surprised you want to be alive. Like you haven't
Yeah.
you haven't left the condo. Like I'd have done 4 things before the headliner woke up.
Yeah.
You know, I went out, did a walk, did a workout, found a shop or something, and then so I was just like, man, like what am I trying to do here? But I appreciate when you go to a city, you embrace the city. You skated the Assiniboine.
Skated the Assiniboine, probably one of my favorite things I've ever done in Canada.
That's high praise.
As far as like touristy stuff goes.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nice trail.
Ooh, we look like,
What do we got? Fun find? Piece of a window? I feel like that's part of like an enclosure, like it's fabrication.
this
right?
looks to me like it is part of a shelving unit.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
It's got the threading on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I said window yet, but you know what I mean. It's,
It could be. Ooh, steam whistle.
The part of your set last night that Chloe really liked in terms of you being a man who tries to enjoy the cities is you haven't been able to go to the Naval Museum.
Yeah.
Because she lived behind that Naval Museum for
It's
like a
one of
year.
the most bizarre. It's a bit.
Yeah.
Like it is the absurdity of it. Because I looked it up. Manitoba was in World War II or I had a naval ship on. It makes sense to my brain for it to be Lake Manitoba, but it could have been Lake Winnipeg.
Okay.
But yeah, it just had a full functioning warship despite being a landlocked, like technically landlocked. Unfortunately, the way the world is going, You will have it. You will be the
Oh, we'll
third
be-
Navy. Yeah, Churchill is
swimming.
getting a naval base.
Yeah, we'll be swimming soon.
Churchill is getting a naval base for sure. In the Great War against the, what are they called? The tiger mussels. What are they called? The leopard mussels? What are the things that are wreaking havoc all over Manitoba?
I don't know what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Look, that
Very
won't, yeah.
dystopian.
Oh yeah, and we'll be fighting them. We'll be fighting each other. I don't know
Yes.
exactly who will be fighting and what they'll call it war-wise, but I
Yeah.
do know they'll call this the before times.
The before times.
Yeah,
for
we're living
sure.
in the before times, the shortly before times. Are you optimistic that we can sort of weather the storm after that and turn the corner and like snuff out AI, or do you think we're pretty much like cooked in the next 20 years?
Well, the thing that I always go to is, I believe it's like 966 AD or 982 AD. I believe it's like universally seen as like the worst time alive to be a human being. The plague was ravishing Western Europe. There was a lot of war and dysfunction. Timmy's cup.
I know I'm getting the Timmy.
There was a volcano that had gone off, so most of...
Let me teach you a little something. You think you saw that Timmy's cup? I didn't see that. Let me show you something, Ryan.
Oh.
Fucking boom. Orange juice box in the curb. You got to check the curbs. Anyway, 928 AD. I can't wait to hear how.
Well, it was just horrific.
But they turned the corner from that. Is that what you're building to?
Yeah, like everything is, and there's also parts of the world right now that are not in there before times.
I
They're
agree.
in
Yeah.
turmoil and chaos.
It's funny when that's the only solace.
At the end of the day, the only thing we have to be concerned about is unfortunately a downer, and that is the environment, because that is what we are.
That seems irreversible.
Yeah.
And definitely that, like,
or if reversible, like it would be a massive undertaking that would change society forever. But yeah, I'm a big geopolitics guy. I'm a big history guy. So,
Kirkland steak bites. These are premium treats. Am I wrong? Is Kirkland beef steak bites or something?
Yeah, it seems like it's trying to be bougie jerky.
Yeah. No, there's no two ways about it. No seams about it. It is definitely trying to be fancy jerky.
To report on current memes, I believe Arby's is making a steak bite that people on the internet refer to as raccoon knuckles. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's right.
Aw.
The internet's undefeated.
We got some Vancouver
Bubble
representation. We got some bubble tea.
You consider the boba tea a Vancouver staple? It's
Boba.
been here for a while, Ryan. I don't think
Yeah.
Vancouver gets to claim boba tea, just so you know.
Yeah,
They're
we
not
do.
better than us.
Once China invades Taiwan, we will be able to get the claim.
That's
When the government is evacuated to Vancouver,
Yeah,
we will
true.
be able to claim boba.
We were talking about scam calls the other day because you did the Lucy show that I run.
Yes.
And it's a bucket show where people can write things in, and someone wrote those Indian scam callers.
Yeah.
Shades of racism, but unfortunately, a lot of the scam callers are Indian.
Yes,
and you
of course.
said, well, actually, I'll have you know that that's locally here because in Vancouver, they're Chinese.
Yeah, but I think it's just Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's a crazy Hail Mary to just do it in Regina.
There's definitely not Chinese scam callers sweeping the nation. But
Yes.
Just making the point that you just mentioned when the Chinese royalty is evacuated to Vancouver, they'll be very comfortable.
Yeah, we on the West Coast, so we are very much involved in the racketeering. The city of Surrey is dealing with a very bizarre thing where Punjabi people that have lived in Surrey for like 50 years are now, it's like a time machine where they're getting harassed to pay tribute, essentially, like mafiosa style.
Okay, I didn't know that was happening there. We've had some places get firebombed here.
Yeah.
And the business owners after are saying about a week before, some brown guys came in and shook me down. And I didn't pay, so then they firebombed me.
Yeah, usually it's within their own community,
Right.
which is baffling on both ends. Alarming. That's not great.
Not a good feeling, no. We've imported Indian mobsters, is what it sounds like. I don't want to turn this into some sort of
this is taking a turn, yeah.
But I mean, that is a news story going on in Surrey right now.
It's just it's just like a very new thing. I forget the name of the group. They're very specific. Yeah, we're gonna have to dump this off. It's a very specific.
Here, let's you take that glass bottle. I'll take this, and we'll carry to that dumpster there. And then we'll do a dump.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But it's just more that like, they're not every, but a lot of like immigrant what's that word? Diaspora
Yeah.
groups. There's always sometimes like an organized crime element that's just been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But this is unique in that it's like people that are immigrants that have lived here a very long time now being targeted.
Not being shaken down, yeah. That is weird. I mean, that's kind of the way, like, we talk about the mob, like, that was Italians from Italy.
Yeah, who had just shown up.
So
the
that's
idea
kind of the
was
way.
they couldn't go to the Irish cops.
Yeah, that's the
The
way.
Irish cops would not protect them. I just watched The Godfather and Godfather.
Oh, wow.
Godfather Part 2. So what we have right now is certain groups conducting themselves like the Black Hand. So we need a Vito Corleone from a northern Indian province to come step it up.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God, we've got our first anime girl.
Oh, wow. Cute anime girl. She's not gagged, is she? She got like a...
Oh
something going
yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's odd.
It's not great. I don't love it. It's not as... There's nothing obviously nefarious about it,
But unfortunately, we all are aware of
it's only going to end one way.
Are you an anime guy?
I have been an anime guy at times in my life. Like when I was younger, I watched Naruto and I read the mangas for a few different series. They weren't porn focused, but like they were anime, so they weren't clean. Like, are you familiar with Gantz?
No.
Gantz was much more about the violence than the nudity, but there certainly was nudity and sexuality within Gantz.
Gotcha.
The premise of Gantz was awesome. It was loser kid in high school, outcast, as many of these anime characters are. You know, the outcast, the moody outcast. One day sees like his old school friend in the subway, and
lest we forget.
we've picked up like 4 poppies. I didn't even want to make that joke because I already felt bad about it, but yeah, this is people
Just
have
shows how
forgotten.
we just throw away our veterans in this country.
It's the fucking story of Canada right there, brother. We got the Indian diaspora and poppies on the ground. This is, don't worry, I'll edit this right out. And by right out, I mean this is gonna be the intro sequence. But anyway, in Gantz, this kid sort of sees his buddy from a long time ago, and then they're in the subway and a homeless guy falls onto the tracks, and his buddy goes down to try and save him and sort of corrals him into it, even though he really doesn't want to, and they all end up getting killed by the subway train. But him and his buddy revive in this room with the black ball, and it has a countdown, and like basically when the countdown hits, it sends you, the whole team, all these people who were just recently killed, on little missions to kill these aliens. And then, you know, basically if you're at all alive at the end of the mission when the final alien is killed, you return back to the room completely intact. So there are these crazy violent missions, and it's just about surviving and at any cost.
And then you get to go back to
you get to go
being
back
alive?
to you get to go back to your normal life. And yeah, it's
Whoa.
basically this crazy scenario where the main character, you know, at first he's just like, oh, this is awful and I got to figure out how to get out of this, but then he turns out to be really good at killing aliens. So suddenly he kind of realizes, like, it's my regular life that's the problem. Like I'm a legend in the Gantz world, you know. But yeah, that was kind of the last anime series that I went deep down on. Are you a big anime guy?
As a child, YTV, so Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Gundam, but after that, kind of, and then like I'm already into it. You can't be like, you can only have like so many like weird like turning off girl hobbies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Like,
Chloe
I'm
will
already-
tolerate my soccer. She's not going to tolerate me getting back
I'm
into anime.
already so into the Canadian Football League, which like other sports fans will bully you about. I can't add anime to that. Also, I found like all the parts, like this is not something you may expect to come out of my mouth, but all the parts that bothered me about Kurosawa's movies are like what anime turns the dial up on.
Yeah.
Like the expressiveness, and like I find that stuff really irritating.
Okay, yeah. Well, then, as a kid, obviously you have a less refined palate, so that because that's very present in your Dragon Balls and your Sailor Moons.
Of course,
Just didn't bother you as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, yeah. But then you like, you know, you pick up on social cues and stuff. I just found it very like, yeah. I'm a big sink my teeth into a well-made subscription television drama.
Yeah. So what? You're a big Severance guy? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I haven't watched a single Apple TV show.
Okay. I found
at some point-
that was me trying to nudge the trash talk onto Severance because I found it overrated.
Okay.
You know the premise?
Yeah, it's like, to be honest, I hate when the premise seems like it's the crux of the show.
That's
Breaking Bad
100%.
kind of being the only exception.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the premise is. I guess I know what you mean, but it with Severance, it really like there's nothing better about Severance than the premise.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't logically even fit in within itself. Like when they start kind of trying to explain like, well, how does Severance really work and what is the lore of Severance? Like there's just a bunch of like.
Why does this job suck so much?
Exactly. Within the Severance office, there's the goat room, which like seems all puzzling, and it is because it literally makes no sense. Like they never explain what the goat room was and all this horse shit. I could make a really engrossing show if I never had to actually pay off any of the many threads I fucking littered, you know? By the way, we don't do every butt. You never.
You don't do every butt?
You don't do it every, you can't. You can't.
This is very funny. I was at my last ever job, and which will change, I think. I think I will.
After Brandon tonight, it sounds like
you're
putting in resumes
unfortunately.
tomorrow.
It was a lot of the tasks were based on seniority. So there were some days I could be a light machine operator, but unfortunately I was picking up garbage like multiple times. And I found it so calming. But I've been yelled at. I had to pick up garbage, and it was right after a Halloween rave.
Oh God!
So I wasted like an hour of. I was a bit of a time thief. That's what they say in the manager world these days. A time thief. I was a time thief because of how many butts I picked up, and then felt like a real idiot, full adult man. Voted in multiple federal elections, and someone's just like, "Why didn't you sweep them?" And I felt very stupid. The amount of time.
Doubling back to anime real quick, because you talked about like the things that we were all into when we were younger.
Yeah.
You're a little bit younger than me, so I don't know.
No, there's no way.
I'm born '88.
Yeah, I'm 89.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were 1 year younger.
Yeah, I'm just very unsuccessful.
No,
People always assume I'm younger because of my emotional immaturity. The friends that I have to keep because our lifestyles are similar.
Right.
And just my lack of success at this time in life.
That's almost a callback to the joke you had yesterday about like being like if you're working, you're interacting with people now, at your job, if you really messed up. Like, basically saying like, you have to keep younger friends because a 20-year-old is the only person who has the leisure schedule that you have.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, anyway, so okay, we're the same age. So you're talking about animes and things that we all just watched, and do you remember Ninja Scroll?
No.
It was the movie. It was a movie that would play late night on
YTV or Teletoon?
Teletoon. So it had nudity.
I didn't have Teletoon. I never had Teletoon.
Oh, okay.
My grandma and my wealthy uncle had Teletoon. So I looked at Teletoon as like the HBO of children.
I guess it was. That's funny because we were broke and we still had Teletoon. So
it could have been it could have been a regional thing, like
maybe it was a lifestyle choice. Maybe your parents didn't want Teletoon in the house because they knew late at night you'd see Ninja Scroll, which that's what I was gonna say is like it was just a cool anime with ninjas and violence. But of course, because it was anime, they had to make sure there was an egregious sex scene that would shock and horrify your parents. So you're like, I'm doing something bad. And it's like, I just want to watch a ninja story.
Yeah.
I just want to watch this ninja fight the demons. Why do the demons have to take advantage of this woman?
Yeah. Yeah, not a fan of that.
No, that's anime though.
Yeah.
They always shoehorn it in.
Yeah.
Because even original Dragon Ball Z, like what we saw on YTV, was heavily censored. Like Master Roshi, apparently much more of a pervert in the original version.
Yeah, you could tell by that shirt.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that completely.
He's an out-and-out pervert in the non-dubbed version.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. There's a nice cat who lives here, but it's probably outside the season where he would just be lingering.
He'd just be hanging out. Now,
this building doesn't deserve our respect. Is that your question? How deep do we go into people's yards and stuff?
I just meant private property.
Well, yeah, like I won't go if that yard had something.
Yeah.
I would because it's probably just a little. But like in general, no, you don't go into private property, and you especially don't do it when it's clear that they don't even respect themselves at this building. You know, like I'm not cleaning up your whole fucking walkway if you can't be bothered to like make an effort.
Yeah, the property manager is really dropping the ball there.
Exactly, and the people themselves like. Take a little personal. I wouldn't if I lived there. I wouldn't need a property manager to keep me from just chucking stuff right outside my door. And I think that's a lot of what's going on there. In fact, I'll say that like the walkway right there used to just be like nothing but butts. So it was like clearly like the people who live there like you guys can't be bothered to just put out a little container. You're gonna just toss these right here. Yeah,
butts are a tough. I had a buddy that like an adult, like a father, still a butt flicker. It's a really, especially once you get off the darts. I used vaping to to get off cigarettes, and unfortunately, I'm now an adult vapor.
Yeah. We thought we were going to solve the smoking problem with the vapes, and we've actually just created
Yeah, we've just
another
made
problem.
it easy for us to consume nicotine in
yeah.
a hotel room.
Yeah, 1,000 puffs a day as opposed to 10 cigarettes.
Yeah.
Second twisted tea for Ryan Williams.
Ba, ba, ba.
Becoming a real garbage boy. Crushed Red Bull can. Anyway, I will tell you, Ryan, that, you know, there I checked the camera and you're like, oh, well, either way, even if it wasn't going, we're picking up later. That's like, I like doing this for that purpose.
Yeah.
I would like, as I said, in my mind, the whole hour-long walk, like, that's entertaining to me, but I'll accept people won't watch that. Clips, you know, we're trying to do things in comedy. I don't need this to hit, but I am putting effort into it, and I would like it to.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think one thing that might be holding me back is there's no clear segments.
Ooh.
I don't have my, you know, like, what's your hot Subway take?
Yeah, yeah.
So
what's your hot trash? You can have trash take.
Yeah, I'm pretty much
Dump it or compost.
yeah, if you want to help me throw it, one thing I've thought of is like we could do a segment like, what's the trashiest thing you've ever done?
Oh, I would have to get to double digits on the way down before I admit to what that is.
Well, anyway, if something like that comes to you,
Trashiest thing.
You know, like I think of things like I once slept in a park. Oh, you want to talk about Canadian road gigging?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was on a run in Montreal that didn't really pay that much. In my last night,
You slept in, what's it, Mount Royal or what is it?
No, I slept at the island where the casino is. Because I didn't want to spring for an Airbnb for the last night because my gig ended at 11. Airplane. I have to be at the airport for 6 a.m. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go to the fucking casino, probably win some money, kill time till 3 a.m. So now by 3 a.m. I've lost $250. So I'm double pissed.
You're
at
out
myself.
more than the Airbnb.
Yeah, I
would
easily
have
could have
been.
I could have got a nice hotel for $250.
Yeah.
So I slept in the park that
ribbon.
houses the casino, like a vagrant, and that was pretty trashy. So you know, if that makes you feel more comfortable sharing, I don't need you to go.
Oh yeah, I've had this sleep. I've slept in parks before.
Yeah.
As a young man, I have
Vehicles
my actual trashy thing is operating a motor vehicle off of not enough sleep, which is technically dangerous to the people around me.
Oh, super dangerous.
And I have unfortunately done that frequently.
Well, that's a tricky one because it's not like being drunk where you clearly know I've broken the law. Like I have a thing where I'll just get sleepy behind the wheel even when I shouldn't. Like I can be fully rested, but you get that highway hypnosis.
Yes.
And then you're just like,
yes.
well, I can't be that tired and I have to make this gig.
Yeah.
So I'm like falling asleep. One time I was driving I was doing this gig, I have this side gig where I like sort of host like kid shows at carnivals. And I was in the States and I was driving literally like through a tornado and my eyes started closing. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But I made it to the gig by like minutes, so I kept going.
Yeah, driving fatigue is not something you really pick up on until you're an adult. Like I felt when I was a teenager, I could have drove forever and just been having a blast doing it. But yeah, driving fatigue is rough. Just literally not even a week ago, I did something like semi-dangerous. I've picked up a nasty habit of not sleeping before morning flights. I just get really nervous about missing the flight.
Right.
And so didn't sleep, and then usually would have kind of a nap to recalibrate, but I had a big audition, which we have now not heard back from, so I didn't get it.
Yeah, yeah.
So had to bust that out. Oh, that's probably why I didn't get it, because I said bust it out. Out.
Oh, you're working on your Canadian accent?
Yeah, kid, but out is my worst one. I had a line one time that was shout out, and I'm like, oh, that's like a moose catcher right there. That's going to trip up a lot of Canadians. And anyway, and then had my opener and my good friend, owner of Art Bar in Saskatoon. Check it out. We went to the small community of Eston.
Eston, not Estevan.
No, not I would have killed for Estevan.
I've done Estevan.
This was way smaller than Estevan. Eston, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
And the roads were just brutal. And I was driving, 3-hour drive, black ice most of the way on. Look at this. This is a fun find. Whipped cream.
Whipped cream container. There you go. All right. Anyway, you didn't crash the car, obviously, but you nodded off behind the wheel for a second?
No, it's just like way too not sleeping for over 24 or maybe just under 24 hours and then operating a motor vehicle in a province that you don't live in, you didn't wake up that day, someone else's vehicle on extreme black ice. We hit this town, it was like Rosetown, and there's a railway crossing, so we had to stop and slid so much, like approached it cautiously, so it was never in danger. But this weirded me out. My buddy was like, "Oh, I think something's wrong with my vehicle." Like it really weirded me out.
Giant package of naan bread? Come on, that's a fun find. That's as fun as it gets.
We're not going to comment on some of this.
After what we've said, we can't afford to say anything.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, he just didn't, he wasn't comprehending that we were just sliding. He thought, the sound of sliding is so intense.
Yeah.
Like, he thought something was wrong with his brakes. And then, yeah, it was about 2 hours to drive. And then the show was, yeah, they were, you know, it was a town of under 1,000 people, so.
Right. Was it like a fundraiser or something, or kind of?
No, it's a guy, he wants people in his bar, and people come out for the comedy show. Half the audience was great. The other half could have slid into a train after in Rosetown, and I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, you might have been happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very lucky that most of those smaller town gigs that I've ever had to do, they were specifically like with one guy who books a lot of fundraiser things.
Yes.
So like when you're in Rosetown and it's 1,000 people, but they're all there to support the local animal shelter.
Yeah.
They're a little better. They're a little better than just like you are invading their bar night.
Yeah, arms crossed, like, yeah, you think you're funny?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, yeah? All right, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, Vancouver, all right. Yeah. Just a lot of that.
And then what kills me is that like some of the people, you can just tell they're so confident you're an idiot, you know? And it's like, motherfucker, when have you ever put something, like I know I'm good because I've done this before. It's not going well right now. I'm not an idiot. I can tell what's going on right now, but like you are actually so sure that I'm an idiot and you are right. And you just can't shake them out of their goddamn chairs.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's also why I maybe do a little better on the road than some other people and have been able to survive it, is I have zero artistic integrity. So I definitely like took parts of my act out completely and then pandered to the parts I know they would have liked. So I did well.
Sure, yeah.
Which also, that's like a deep, when you haven't slept, just huge bags under your eyes, looking in a hotel mirror, just like, oh, but it's actually not good that I destroyed. It's actually not good how well I did on stage.
Yeah, why can't I relate to these people?
The level that I debased myself to make this work.
Under that wheel? There's something under that tire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, you got that.
Cigarette wrapping, inner wrapping.
Okay, well, you'll find that as we get closer to the end of the block, there's a convenience store there that sells packs, and it's like, the litter associated with smoking is like 90% of what you pick up closer to that place. It's just clear that people, you know, rip open their pack of darts, immediately throw it over their shoulder and just keep on going on with their lives.
I was here 2 years ago when it was minus 49.
Yeah, that was when you stayed at my place. And you
yeah,
used the
one
skates.
of the days was minus 49.
But
I got a season's pass to the art gallery because I knew I was coming back in the spring, and I went for a walk. You told me not to. You like advised against it, and I'm like, dude, I got layers, I got everything. By that time, it wasn't minus 49. It was like it was still crazy though. It was like minus 30 something.
Yeah. I remember you said you stopped in there just because you wanted to warm up.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, I'm a patron of the arts now.
That was when I sent you to Bon Mi King the first time, and I told you how big the sandwiches were, but you made the mistake where you were like,
I got pho and the sandwich.
Yeah, you got two massive meals is what you got. Because shout out to Bon Mi King.
Shout out Bon Mi, just had it. The power was off the whole time we were there.
And I bet they didn't let it slow them down for a second.
Not for a second.
They're so fucking efficient there.
Got a their banh mi's look like sandwiches that cartoon characters eat. It's that.
Yeah.
The only thing missing is the toothpick with the olive on top.
Yeah. Like you could use it to defend yourself. Oh no.
Oh yeah, don't show that. Don't show that.
Okay, I won't show that. It's a squirrel that really got mushed. Really got mushed. Sorry, buddy. You're not going in our bucket.
Yeah, they're such adorable creatures. I almost saw one get hit when I got here.
Styrofoam.
So I don't know what it is about Winnipeg squirrels.
I think, look, don't make this a Winnipeg issue. I think they're dying here at the same rate they're dying everywhere else. We all know squirrels, they're...
Well, this one just seemed very unafraid of the vehicle.
Well,
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That's
they're
not a
cute.
Winnipeg issue.
Yeah, they're cute. They're stupid. We know what
Yeah.
a squirrel is. There was a point in my elementary school career where I was just really bad at art, but I one time drew a good squirrel. So after that, if there's ever anything that we were told to draw, I would draw a squirrel. I think now that would have gotten me some sort of diagnosis.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was just like, squirrel. I like squirrels.
Yeah, you had fallen for, I think people around our age and a little older, the scene from The Sword in the Stone, where, is that what I'm thinking of, where the boy turns into a squirrel and the girl squirrel falls in love with him, and then when he turns back to a human, she's like devastated. She almost dies trying to save him from a wolf. What is that? So it's a wizard, it's a boy, it's one of those not popular Golden Age Disney movies.
I mean, I don't remember. The Sword in the Stone, to me, that just sounds like it would be like an Arthurian.
That's what it is. It's like,
I don't remember in the King Arthur story squirrels coming into play at all.
might have been a chipmunk.
Okay.
Chipmunk.
In that case, yeah. No,
At that age, I was not too familiar with animal tales.
Right.
Speaking of Winnipeg wildlife, I saw my aunt's Italian neighbor chase off 2 deer with a 2x6. He had 2 deer in his yard.
Well, you're staying in Charleswood. That's where the
Yes.
deer. Yeah, that's
Known for lots of deer.
Yeah, the 2x6 is unusual. It's unorthodox, but deer pretty much own that neighborhood more than the people.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that deer live in city. Like, we should be, when we see deer, I think it's cool when I see a deer, but I'm not. Deer are pretty fucking metal when you think about it. And the fact that they're lost in a city is wild. And we don't really clock that anymore.
Yeah, Kamloops, where my parents live and I went to high school, is rampant with deer as well. So like when you, as a visitor, when you point them out, people, they'll react as if you just pointed out a pigeon.
Right, yeah. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Yeah, they're eating all my fucking tomatoes.
Yeah, the deer thing is like, we have deer, like, to me, there's crazy as a kangaroo.
Yes.
Really, when you think about it, but we have them and I guess.
Or in Newfoundland, the moose are.
Moose are wild.
They look like a creature from a fantasy novel.
Yeah. They're like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They're insane.
They're the dinosaurs of land mammals for sure. Moose, and they're like one of the leading causes of accidental death in Newfoundland is hitting a moose on the road. And this guy, someone told me this, that they're not native to Newfoundland. They were brought there because I think it was when it was still a prime minister. The prime minister of Newfoundland was worried if the railway went down, people would starve to death. Caribou are seasonal. So he wanted a protein source that roamed around the island, and they are so abundant. And southern west Newfoundland, or just southern Newfoundland in general, like if you look at a map of it where all the people live, no one's there. It's just the mountains and wooded area. And this dude was telling me that there's a lottery you can win. It sounds like made up, like redneck lottery.
Yeah.
That you can win this thing, and the Newfoundland government will Rambo you out in a chopper, let you take as many moose down as you want, and then they'll like use the helicopter to lift them out of there because it's such a remote. So it's like the greatest thing you can win as a redneck Newfoundlander.
I mean, I wonder if I can put in for that. Like, I would make the trip. I've never shot anything, but mowing something down from a helicopter has to be one of the greatest feelings.
The way this dude made it sound to me was that they drop you in. Like they drop you in, like you're like first
blood Rambo.
Yeah, you're first blood Rambo.
Okay.
You're Predator. You're the elite moose hunting team being dropped in behind enemy lines.
That's insane. And I don't have the skills. I'm not interested in that. I want a guilt-free kill shot from a helicopter.
Yeah, because I've always heard of Texas, you gun down the pigs.
Yeah, because they're invasive there too. It's
yes.
Like they got too many. Yeah, there's not many times in your life you get to guilt-free mow something down. So you got to take it when it comes up.
Well, depending on your moral compass, that's actually a personal.
Okay, guilt being a relative thing. But I mean, let's say not guilt-free, but socially condoned.
Yes.
When society at large is like, we all agree.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yes.
So that doesn't come up that often, and you got to take it. A little plastic piece there, coffee cup, whatever. Okay, so we failed to come up with a segment so far. This
Yeah,
will be,
sorry, I
no,
just
that's all right.
instantly turned it to violence.
That's trash talk, baby. Follow-up thing then. Let's assume I'm okay just ripping off Subway Takes guy. So, but my version will be like, what do you want to trash talk that
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
loves?
yeah.
What's your hot trash take?
Oh, that everyone loves.
Or I mean, look, if you just want to trash anything in general, please don't neglect to get it out before the end. But I'm still trying to spitball segments so I can blow up, and never have to go on the road again. So yeah, is there anything that you want to trash?
I know all those Subway Takes. Those are like pre-planned.
Yes, I should have primed you for this, but
No,
again,
we're working on the fly.
We're working on the fly.
Yeah, what would you trash? What would you trash that everyone loves?
For me, I guess I did it a little earlier with Severance. I do feel like Severance was very beloved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in Osborne Village, I'll trash that. I think you went to Little Pizza Heaven, I think, at some point on your trip here. Because you stayed at my place for like 2 or 3 days, and there was one...
Yeah.
Or maybe a lot of people stayed at my place during gigs. So anyway, but Little Pizza Heaven is like the more beloved, long-lasting, ubiquitous 3 a.m. Let's get some Little Pizza Heaven.
Yeah.
But I'm all about this new place, Red Swan, and they don't have slices to go. You have to order the pizza.
Oh.
But my move is I order it and then I go to one of the like 3 bars just around the corner, slam a beer while they bake my pizza.
Yeah.
And they come home and I'm all good to go.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Mine's easy. It's a little bit of a boomer take, but avocado toast. The act of going out and eating avocado toast
Yeah.
is wild to me. The
As
whole
it-
point of brunch and breakfast is making something that you can't make at home yourself.
And the markup on avocado toast
is insane.
It is insane. I don't know that it's why they say, millennials aren't going to have houses. I
But
think
that's easy.
callous.
That's like an easy take.
Yeah.
Let me think of something.
Yeah, don't. I sprung it on you. I could have. In the future, I will prep my guests by asking them, do you want to tell me the trashiest thing you've ever done?
Kendrick
or-
Lamar post 2014. That would be like a hot take.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a hot take. So I would say that's
anything after To Pimp
Good
a
Kid,
Butterfly is like in
Good-
one ear out the other.
Good Kid, Mad City was like crazy. It was like a it was a
Yes.
story. It was, and then To Pimp a Butterfly, and then I'll agree. But aside from that, I don't really have many Kendrick tracks that I would ever turn back to or like make me feel anything. He's not bad, but he's not.
But then you'll just get hit with the classic, like, well, it's not for you. Like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Agreed.
All right.
Yeah. So this is why I wanted to take you here, because I think when you were here 2 years ago, like this building was a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
That building was a hole in the ground. The restaurants over there, which are now 2 of like our favorite restaurants in the village, Chloe and I, those were just vacant business. You're experiencing boom time in Osborne Village. If you ever come back, I know you're not like a drinker now, but like we should sort of go up and down the strip one time and get bites in different places and end up at the Legion at the end and play shuffleboard.
Yeah. I think I've been to this Legion before.
Yes. Yeah, I think you
Didn't
can.
they have like a band playing and there was like it was like a ska band. People were dressed like 1980s British skinheads, like with the overalls and shit.
Yeah.
The not racist skinheads.
Just your punks.
Punks,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like more hot takes. Like that is my problem, is I'm actually like kind of pretty agreeable and shit.
That's not your problem. That's your solution to this mad world we find ourselves in. But look, if you don't have to think of a hot take, but just trying to, again, help me come up with a segment so I can...
This is a hot take that will not do numbers for you, so I apologize. But
okay.
yeah, the CFL would be completely fine if it went to 4 downs.
Okay, that's not even...
It's true. It's true.
I don't agree with the 4. I agree with the 3.
It makes it, if they're changing the kicking game, though, it was always a strategic points thing. And now that the kicking game's been eliminated by moving the goalpost to the back of the end zone, and in Montreal High School and OVFL, which is 16 and under, they play 4-down Canadian football.
So basically what you're saying is we should just become the 50 whatever state on.
No,
That's a far cry.
no.
What he's saying is the CFL will
Yeah.
survive the shift if they make it.
Yes,
which
that's
is-
what I'm saying.
That's the start. Not the end.
That's what they all say, though.
Make one super team and go to the NFL with it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah?
I don't think they'd make it. I think
No.
I think the best of the best would still get smashed. Also, it's funny that he's like, your way is the way we succumb to the U.S. His way is way more
Yeah.
gonna erase our
Way
identity.
more dystopian.
Yeah, at least now we still have a CFL in your world. It's just You know, I don't know. I don't watch the game enough. No, I fully understand the differences. The thing is, you say it survived, but like, it's just we've held on to that for so long, and it's like I think Canadians kind of would stop watching it
If it was 4 downs?
if it was 4 downs, just because.
You're going to tell me games that are routinely 50-34 are going to be unwatched? I think what would make it more likely for it to be unwatched is going to what people think is going to happen, which is a merger with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's UFL.
Sorry, you know what I just realized? This could very well be our final dump, so we got to do the song. It's the final empty. It's the final empty. The final empty. Okay, there it was. Back it up though. Is there actually a movement that says let's sell out to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's?
Well, you don't know. This is like so funny to like, this is where I go nuts with conspiracy theories. Even though, oh no, here's my conspiracy theory that the America will invade Canada in the next 2 to 3 years via Vancouver because of the drug trade and using the port of Vancouver as a justifiable enemy location to bomb, like they're doing in Venezuela.
Right.
That would be my conspiracy theory. But below that would be that
far below.
Bell Media and whatever the owner, Montreal
group, yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
the Maple Leaf, Montreal.
The
good Lord.
MLSC or whatever.
Yeah. Them and Bell Media, they just know. Other than Winnipeg and Regina, I believe in 2024 every team lost money. So they're trying to save it, but the thing is Canadian football separate from the CFL because it's the professional version of Canadian football. It's not, the CFL did not invent Canadian football. It's a distinction of the game that has existed without the Canadian Football League.
Right.
And I think that's worth pointing out because ultimately whatever the CFL does will ripple down through the amateur game.
Right, but I mean, you just made the point that in some places the amateur game already is on 4 down. So like,
Yeah,
really...
I'm pro 4 down, but no,
Yeah.
there is the idea because a lot of the things in this world that are bad are because people who are high up need to show larger quarterly earnings. And
Correct.
that's like a very easy stance to take as an unsuccessful guy that does not own property
No, that's
and
not
has a low amount of assets.
that's not low hanging fruit.
And even lower investments. But it does seem now a way to expand is getting more international viewers. You could also maybe get some money from the NFL because they would have a true farm league, and then you would either play for the Grey Cup just in the Canadian side, that would be the final. That would
Then
give,
there could be some crossover play too. There could be like a cup style tournament.
Yeah, well, no, I think they would just merge the league.
Oh.
Again, it's just it seems more likely that it would fold.
That was a pretty impassioned speech you got on there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, here's the other thing. Here's the other problem with the CFL is that it's not going to drive engagement for you because this is also what is happening with any algorithm-driven content. Everyone is trying to chase trends. The CFL is never trending, thus it is becoming less and less popular. And one of the reasons I think they moved they're going to move the goalpost to the back of the end zone. Anytime a CFL clip pops in a viral sense, the top comment is always, why are the goalposts at the front?
So they're catering to that.
I don't know if they're catering. It also is dangerous. There is, unfortunately, we won't bring up, we had
a tragedy in
Winnipeg
Yeah.
related to the upright. So, yeah.
Look, you've thought about this more than any other man I've ever spoken to, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, I've ruined conversations because people will bring it up and then like want it to be like a 3-sentence back and forth, and then they're always doing the like.
You're bringing out the dossier. You're bringing out the. You're bringing out the files. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all just because the whole reason is it's because my dad's a Rider fan. Like, I don't think I would be this way if, like, I didn't grow up in a household where the CFL was a huge deal.
Well, this was a solid trash talk. I know you said you're an agreeable guy, so there's nothing you left on the table trash-wise that you wanted to get off your chest. I feel like you got everything off your chest.
Oh.
You picked up some twisted teas.
Yeah, the liberals got to go, and the NDP have to figure out what the fuck they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Good,
Yeah.
Good last thought.
This is maybe like a bitter old man, again, who's unsuccessful. It's gotten to the point where I would almost, like the Joker, rather see the Conservatives take control and burn a lot of it down
I hear
than
ya.
continue to see some of the same mistakes the Liberals are making, and the NDP has to become more relatable to their voter base. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to become serious contenders, or else we're kind of just fucked in this two-horse race. This joke of a two-horse race.
This one is not a hot take, but ditch FPP first past the post electoral system. But anytime there's an electoral, one of the things Trudeau said he would do.
The
And
first thing he
didn't
said he would do.
Yeah.
First thing he said he would do.
Yeah.
That
Those are
was a
some
good
hot
one.
takes.
That was something. That was.
Kendrick, CFL,
Yeah.
anti-liberal.
I'll
That's a
combine
lot.
that into one thing that people might care about.
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah,
rapid fire
exactly.
trashing segment.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, thanks for doing it, man. Hope you have a good gig in Brandon.
Absolutely.
Do you want to give us a clap? Just sometimes I try and tail slate it. I'm not really sure it's gonna matter, but
Oh, tail slate?
yeah.
Hi, I'm Ryan Williams. I'm 5'10". I'm based in Vancouver. I'm 6 feet tall if I'm on a dating app. My pronouns are suck me.
There you go. Okay, trash talk, baby. We did it.